I asked you guys on Instagram, what are some current fashion trends that you think will go out of style? I got dozens of responses, a lot of hot takes, some I agree with, but most of them I completely disagree with. Follow me on Instagram at BryceKicks to take part in the next video. Let's jump into it. The Posh Man said ultra baggy jeans. Now this one I agree with partially. Do I think that baggy clothing are gonna go anywhere in the next 5 years? No, I don't think so. But there is a big difference between loose baggy fitting pants and then pants that don't fit you. One thing that never goes out of style is tailoring. Now I know finding a good fitting pair of pants is tough, and to get them tailored costs an extra $20, but it is very important. In fact, I just took at least 5 pairs of pants to my local tailor, and it made a world of a difference. And if you are the type of person that just wants one pair of pants that will never go out of style, jeans like the Levi's 501, for example, are a safe bet. But saying that proportions plays a big role in a well-crafted outfit, so for as long as baggy pants are around, expect people to wear looser, more flowing fitting t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, for example. I will say though, I have one pair of skinny jeans that I've kept in the vault, but that stays between you and I. Charty Rich put in cropped shirts. I respectfully am gonna say no on this one. I think they're gonna be around for a while. In my opinion, cropped shirts give you a more flattering outfit because they extend the length of your legs using the rule of thirds, which can make you appear taller. So this is a literal hack that short guys use to make themselves appear taller, including myself. But the thing is that women have been doing this for years, and it seems that men are just playing catch up. We talked about this in the last one, but the straight fitting pants cropped shirt combo can give you a more flattering outfit, and compared to the 2010s where it was super normal to wear a normal jacket with those long scoop tees, which looking back just looks terrible in my opinion, but those are the times. I think that crop shirts do still have a place in fashion for the next few years. But of course people take it too far. For example, if you lift your hands up in the air and your belly button is popping out, bro, that shirt's too cropped for you. And one thing that this crop shirt trend has taught me is how much I love a straight hem. That goes for jackets, flannel shirts, for example. I think it just works a lot better with my frame. Rolla16 is saying that Asics could go out of style. Now, I kind of agree with this partially. Do I think that retro runners, like the Kayanos, for example, are going to slow down in popularity? I do. But what I will say is that Asics has been around for a very long time. My journey as a sneakerhead kind of began in like the 2010s. And back then, Ronnie Fieg was putting out tons of great Asics. They just look different than the ones that are popular today. What I will say though is that Asics 5 or 6 years ago just stopped making product that was more fashion forward. Asics is always going to have its niche community, but for the time being, it's important for brands like Asics to become popular. It creates more competition in the market, which forces the Nikes and Adidases of the world to do better. So we as consumers win. Mr. Bad Vibes put sneaker mules. To be honest, I don't really consider this a trend. I do think it's a very small niche micro trend within sneaker culture. I think it's like, if you're into that, then cool, but overall I don't think they've even come close to mass appeal. Isaac Guava wrote in saying crop jerseys and jerseys in general. Now I disagree with this for 2 reasons. Number one, we know now that hip hop and fashion are so intertwined thanks to guys like Kanye West who have broken down the doors. Hip hop, rappers, they're influencing fashion in a big way. And we know now that Y2K aesthetic is super popular, right? And one of the key staples of that vibe, especially for fits back then, were those throwback jerseys. They've kind of always been around if you think about it, especially when you think of like iconic photos of like Tupac wearing like the Detroit Red Wings jersey. And also for me personally, as a football and soccer fan, I've been wearing jerseys casually since I was a kid. They've never really like become this new trending thing that I started to wear. And I think in every sport, there's always a culture of like buying vintage jerseys. All in all, jerseys are here to stay. Sukveen33 wrote in saying tree pants, assuming you mean real tree camo pants. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I feel like camo just is something that never goes in style and it never really goes out of style. It's always sort of just around. If anything, I feel like they've gotten even a little bit more popular. Acne Studios released these really unique camo pants that were making the rounds. Zara made a dupe of these pants that were also making the rounds, and it seems like a lot of people have jumped on those Abercrombie camo carpenter pants as well. So yeah, now that I think about it, I kind of disagree with this one. Sully Paints writes in New Balance sneakers. Action Bronson, Salehi Bembury, Joe Freshgoods, Kith, Amine, Laurel Piana, Mew Mew, Jound, Amelie Andor. And you think New Balance is going out of style? New Balance has always had a core community. You don't know about the Concepts Kennedy. You don't know about the C Notes. You don't know about the Daytonas. And hey, I could keep going. And when you go outside and you go off the internet, New Balance is everywhere. Will they have another shoe as influential as the 550s? I don't know. But New Balance is the best. I love New Balance. Benitez AF writes in chunky loafers. Assuming you mean that wearing loafers more casually is becoming increasingly more popular. I feel like I disagree with this one because we are always going to have those instances at least once a year where you're going to have to dress up. And if you invest in, say, like a pair of black leather Sebago loafers, you can keep those the rest of your life and they'll never be out of style. And we have one of the spiciest takes of the whole video, Jordans in general. Now, this one's a bit complicated. You see, without a doubt, there are some Jordan models that have become significantly less popular. And there are three main reasons for it. Number one is saturation. There are only so many colors and styles of an Air Jordan 1 that we can get. Not to mention, there's Air Jordan 1 highs, lows, and mids, and they're all recycling the same colorways. The next one is that there's a big percentage of the population that is struggling financially right now, and you may not be struggling financially, so you may never think about it. But just a few years ago in the pandemic, there were people sitting at home with nothing to do, getting checks mailed to them each and every month. Do you remember how hard it was to get Jordans back in 2020? Those days are long gone, and sadly, we all now have to work again. And also, style has changed. People's tastes have changed. The desire to wear an all red sneaker and have to struggle to try and match it just isn't there anymore. And that's why I think that even like the shattered backwards that are coming out next year are gonna struggle. Let me know your spiciest fashion hot take in the comments below, and I'll be sure to pin the best one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.